Hey beauties, good evening, good afternoon rather to you. So I was scrolling TikTok just now, after work, and I came across, this white man on the For You page, and he was really kind of chiding, reprimanding the TikTokers, who he dubbed in brackets something about beggars. And talking about the influencers, he says, yourselves who are really pathetic. Yes. And that people are not going to earn from such an investment because it's really investing on sinking sand. I'm putting it in my own terms, because I may not remember the exact wording he has used. And he says, yourselves and all of that. And I said, oh my God. I remember another social media vlogger who was kind of, I wouldn't even say reprimand. Reprimand is a mild of a word to use, really making the TikTokers seem like scavengers. I mean, the vitriol was horrendous. And I began to think about one of the things that I try to do is, I'm a big advocate of the Word of God, where Jesus says, he has not, well, God himself, still Jesus. But God says, he has not seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. Now, I know people may be thinking, it is only God's people and all of that. And it also says you're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. You're the lender, not the borrower. And in modern day language, it's like you're a history maker and a world changer for the better. And, there is a reason why there is something that is very disheartening, that is very debilitating, even almost like an excruciating pain about begging. It takes away from the comeliness of the human spirit. It it almost it hinges on the core, on the vital organs of dignity and integrity. It's not something that is sinful, it is not something that is illegal, but that is not how God made us. Because you see, because we're kings and we're queens, we are royal priesthood, we are just wonderfully made in the sight of God, and He made us with a brain where we can where he says he makes our gifts. He makes our gifts, meaning our talents, our abilities, and our competencies, make us earn financially. But in your earning, others are being blessed, others are being edified, others are being transformed. One of the sad realities, I won't, I understand what the white guy and the other TikToker and social media person is saying in the sense that one of the things that I cannot fathom, let me say it that way, is that people tend to invest in good and they crush better and they choke to death the best. In other words, they invest in mediocrity. I have no problems. It's not so much the persons who are asking, but it's the ones who are investing in it. Because the white man was saying that there is no return, and they're right. Because he was even saying some of you are shouting and screaming and cursing. Maybe it's a part of the whole game and the show. But the reality is how the brain works. It's not going to, after a while, pick up that, oh, this was just a joke, or it was a show, or maybe it was real. This is all that you know. This is all that you've been invested in. You're not getting back. It's not as though you're invested in somebody who is teaching you how to manage money wisely. It's not as though you're invested in somebody who is teaching you how to have good relationships. So there's a symbiotic relationship. As I gift to you, you get back something in return where you can also multiply mentally, physically, emotionally. Begging is not a good thing, so I had to break. Sorry, guys. I don't remember where I reached. I don't want to play back to see where I'm at. But, the reality is that the white guy and the other social media influencer has a point. It's not good. One of the things the late, great, and the indomitable, the esteemed, notable Dr. Miles Monroe said, don't look for the money. Don't chase it because it will run away from you. Look to be valuable. Ensure that you're valuable, that your name lives on, so that when we look, that they're investing in something solid and good. We understand that life is difficult. I'm not here to crucify anybody in terms of their begging or whatnot. That's not my role. You know, I'm here to try and make it for myself, for family, and help people along the way. But the gentleman has a good point, because some of the prices of these giftings and the things that they're gifting to, it kind of seem like, you say, why? It's, as I said, it's like they gift the bad and they crush the best. So they give something that is mediocre as opposed to something that will stimulate their minds and help their having that symbiotic relationship. So as they give you, you get back something in return, more than just, let's talk truth, mix up and blender, which is not good. Because what ends up happening, that is what you're fueling, because the brain is not going to know it's a game or a joke. Hey guys, you know, if you notice, the videos keep pausing, and I don't want to have to play it over. Sometimes I do that to see where I've left off. But listen, I know what the topic is about, the whole thing about the TikTokers who are begging, people investing in almost folly, foolishness, you know, like you say, investing in dung, because the white guy was saying, you know, they're screaming at, it's there's something about us as Jamaicans. I don't think I understand what he's saying, you know. Jamaicans are very, very dramatic people. We create excitement, you know. We have our little saying where we say we excite excitement over simple things. It could be sincere and we guise it on a joke. It could be also a part of the entertainment package, you know, because I know some of the influential ones, you know, you don't want to call the names. I know, neither do I. Don't believe in doing that. You know, because the reality is that they did not hold a gun to the people's heads to give them the money. So you can't really blame the Jamaican or the whoever other major TikTokers from across the globe. You know, the reality is that, and the reason why I mentioned Jamaican, when I went to the comments, that was one of the first comment made by somebody, say, tell that to the Jamaican TikTokers, you know, and in terms of the whole begging and so on, because it seems as if no, begging is a job. It seemed to be a lucrative job that people are lauding and praising, you know. But the TikTokers have a point. You know, if I come and I ask you, can you give me $100,000? It's up to you to give me or not to give me. You know, I've not committed a crime. I've not done something illegal. I can't even say it is unethical. It's just that it squeezes the life out of dignity, and it bothers on just your whole integrity as a human. When I say integrity, I don't mean in terms of like stealing or doing something, again, illegal or unlawful or unethical, but not your God's best for you. It's like you're sacrificing the best. You're sacrificing even better. You're even sacrificing good, because God didn't really create us to beg. And I don't mean like and begging is totally different from asking for help, you know, for something. So you may be stranded, you may be in a situation, you know, there, ask and it shall be given to you. So we're not going to take it down to the granular level and be ridiculous, you know. And that is why the Bible spoke a lot, addressed a lot in terms of begging, and tried to move people from begging. When the guy who was blind for many years, is blind? Yes. Or crippled. I'm trying to remember the story with Peter. Peter says, silver and gold have I none, but I have something better for you. Rise up and walk. So he gave him something that will make him do ever have to beg again. I think he was a beggar, you know, and you know, he was crippled or something. And because in those days they would have a coat which identifies you, so your begging was almost sanctioned. It was in law, but it was not a good sort of a job. You have to show that there is some physical or mental challenge and defect, so they allow you to beg. Because begging is like you're going like a mangy dog, scrapping for scraping for food. That's how begging is. It's something looked down upon, you know. So it's not it's not illegal, but it would hinge on somewhere on ethics. You don't even know where to put it. Just seems like a dog going to its vomit. That's how begging is viewed by men. It's not a good look. And again, it's different from if you're in a spot and you need some help, you know, as opposed to making it a part of your mantra, making it a job and praising it. I felt bad because, you know, it's like you can't argue with facts. What he has posited is something valid and sound, whether you use the laws of induction or the laws of deduction. You know, begging, boy, is not a good thing. But anyway, guys, I mean, My encouragement is people invest in something that will give you good returns. Simple. Follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message, please.